South China Sea, the war for resources in the China Sea. It's an ocean of conflict and ecological decline. Despite its vast size, 1.3 million square miles, the South China Sea has become a microcosm of the geopolitical tensions between East and West, where territorial struggles over abundant natural resources may one day lead to environmental collapse. While the threat of a devastating military conflict between China and the United States in the region still looms, the South China Sea has already experienced irreparable damage. The tuna, mackerel, and shark populations have fallen to 50% of their 1960s levels. Biologically critical coral reef atolls, struggling to survive rising ocean temperatures, are also being buried under sand and silt as the Chinese military lays claim to and builds on the disputed Spratly Islands, an archipelago of 14 small isles and 113 reefs in that sea. Taiwan, the Philippines, Malaysia, and Vietnam have also laid claim to many of the same islands. Perhaps no one should be surprised since oil and gas deposits are plentiful in the South China Sea. The U.S. government estimates that 11 billion barrels of oil and 190 trillion cubic feet of natural gas are ready to be extracted from its floor. The Washington-based Asia Maritime Transparency Initiative reported that several countries are pursuing new oil and gas development projects in those contested waters, which, the organization notes, could become a flashpoint in the disputes. Between 2018 and 2021, there were numerous standoffs between China, Vietnam, and other Southeast Asian countries over drilling operations there, and fears are building that even more severe confrontations lie ahead. The United States, of course, lays the blame for all of this on China, claiming its aggressive island reclamation projects violate international law and militarize an already tense and contested area. Yet the U.S. is also playing a significant part in raising tensions in the region by agreeing to supply Australia with nuclear-powered submarines as part of its Australia-United Kingdom-United States (AUKUS) security pact. The goal, no doubt, is to restrain Chinese activity with the threat of Western military might. On August 25, in partnership with Australia and the Philippines, where Washington is getting ready to occupy bases ever closer to China, U.S. Marines practiced retaking an island supposedly captured by hostile forces. In that exercise, 760 Australian and Filipino soldiers and 120 U.S. Marines conducted mock beach landings and air assault maneuvers in Rizal, a small town in western Palawan province in the Philippines, which does indeed face the South China Sea. Those war games were intended to send a message: China beware. The resources of the South China Sea aren't for the taking. In December 2022, that China unveiled its ocean drilling ship, a deep-sea mining (DSM) vessel the size of a battle cruiser set to be operational by 2024. Instead of weaponry, however, the ship is equipped with advanced excavation equipment capable of drilling at depths of 32,000 feet. On land, the Chinese already hold a virtual monopoly on metals considered vital to green energy development, including cobalt, copper, and lithium. Currently, the Chinese control 60% of the world's supply of such green metals and are now eyeing the abundant resources that exist beneath the ocean's floor as well. It's difficult to believe that devastating the ocean's depths in search of minerals for electric batteries and other technologies could offer a sustainable way to fend off climate change. In the process, after all, such undersea mining is likely to have a catastrophic impact, including destroying biodiversity. Right now, It's impossible to gauge just what sort of damage will be inflicted by such operations, since deep-sea mining is exempt from environmental impact assessments. The UN's High Seas Treaty, ratified in March 2023, failed to include environmental rules regulating such practices after China blocked any discussion of a possible moratorium on seabed harvesting. As of 2022, China holds 5 exploration contracts issued by the UN's International Seabed Authority, ISA, allowing the Chinese to conduct tests and sample contents on the ocean floor. Unsurprisingly, the US, lagging behind China in acquiring minerals for green technologies, has been keeping close tabs on the competition. In 2017, a Navy P-3 Orion spy plane conducted repeated flyovers of a Chinese research vessel near the island of Guam. Scientists on the ship were allegedly mapping the area and planting monitoring devices for future deep-sea exploration. The story is much the same in the South China Sea, where the US has conducted numerous surveillance operations to follow Chinese activities there. While these quarrels no doubt have much to do with control over fossil fuels, oil, and natural gas aren't the only resources in the region that are vital to the forthcoming exploits of both countries.